All right, guys, what's going on? This is Becker again, and welcome back to the 8X Hero Academy. I'm sure you're, you know where we are. You don't need to be told that every time we come in. But anyways, this is the last video in the series, so woo, you did it. And we're gonna get into email strategies in this video, and this is something very important. And I'm gonna get into email copywriting, and more so making email copywriting much easier for you in the process. Now, my big rule, not one of my golden rules, but the general rule I like to go by is keep emails simple and keep it consistent. A lot of people try to go for slam dunks with every email they write, aka the perfect subject, the perfect email content, the perfect click thing, and it ends up taking them way too long to write emails, and it makes the whole email, and a lot of times they aren't slam dunks, because when you're trying to get crazy and all over the place, you either hit your target like 10% of the time, or 90% of the time you get much lower click-through rates. I want something that gets good click-through rates, good open rates, consistently, not amazing, but not bad either. I just want something that gets good results every single time so I can plan around it, okay? Now, one thing you should also keep in mind when you're writing emails is that the content and where you're sending people and what the information they're about to get has a lot to do with the email open rate and everything. So knowing your customer base and knowing what they're really interested in and what they're not so much interested in. For example, anytime there's like a negative update in SEO, I'll get like huge open rates on my emails. But if I like talk about like how to get clients, I'll get really low open rates because people, I don't know, they're not so much interested in getting clients and beneficial stuff as they are as dramatic, life-changing meteorite type news, okay? So we all know that by watching general news. People are more attracted to BS and stuff. But anyways, I'm going to get into 4 things that are really going to cover everything you need to know to write effective emails, okay? And this is going to change your life when it comes to writing emails. I'm going to talk about subject lines, my bread and butter email style, using the PS area in the email to get a lot more clicks, and how to create scarcity emails, okay? Basically emails where time's running out and stuff like that. So what I want to get into first is also 2 golden rules, all right? This is something people really don't understand. If you're sending a person to just like an opt-in for a webinar or a page where they just simply opt in or click for interest, or where there isn't copy on the page, or just if they click the email, they're going through the completed, like if it's a survey or something, this doesn't apply. But in every other email where there's a sales page or you're sending someone somewhere, to even an informational video, a content video, the goal of an email is to get someone to somewhere. It's not to convince them to go somewhere or sell them or teach them what they're going to learn when they get there, okay? So one of the biggest things I learned about emails is if there's a sales page or anything where you're sending them, it's not a general opt-in or a summary or what they're clicking for in the first place, you need to go for the click. Always go for the click. If it's content, you want to get people to the content because the emails aren't going to build rapport and train them like your content will, your videos or whatever you're sending them to. You want to go for the click. If it's a sales page, you don't want to sell them the product with the email. You want to create curiosity about what's on the other side of the click. And so when they click there, the sales page will do its job. Let the content pages, let the sales pages do their job. Don't confuse what's going on in the email. You want your email to have one very specific goal. And if it's to get people somewhere, the freaking goal of the email is to get people somewhere. Don't do anything else. Don't beat around the bush. Don't send them somewhere else. Don't try and tell 2 different stories. Get them to that place. The end. Now, rule number 2, golden rule, is it's better to have a reliable pattern than always go for the slam dunk. And I talked about this earlier. If you're constantly going for the slam dunk, you're going to miss that slam dunk more often than you get it. So it's better to have a reliable pattern. This is after 4 years of me trying all sorts of stuff when it comes to email marketing. So let's talk about subject lines. All right. So there's 4 or 5 different types of subject lines, in my opinion, that you can use. Now, are there other types? Yeah, but these are the 5 I like to go between. So there's a benefit subject line. This is where we get an email to open based on the benefit, okay? So I'll make something like, how to rank your website in 5 days, okay? Usually I'll be a little bit more crazier, like 10-minute website gets 1 million visitors, okay? All right, okay? And you see this is like a straight benefit. Like click here to see how, okay? Now, if you're like selling coupons, like get 20% off your latest underwear purchase, okay? Just benefit driven, okay? My ex used to get tons of messages from Victoria's Secret 24/7. So that's like, look at those, okay? You can use stuff like, how to improve your open rates with one word. Okay, you want to use a little bit of curiosity. All right, how to do something great with a surprisingly low amount of work. Okay, stuff like that. These are examples of benefit-driven subject lines. Okay, negative, scary. These are going to be your magic button. Okay, negative, scary. Look at YouTube. The videos that get the most clicks are like the ones that are just horrible, scary stuff. The world's going to end kind of thing. All right, same thing applies here. All right, like if I send out an email like this update is going to ruin SEO. Okay, massive clicks. But the thing is, you don't want to use these for every single email. You want to use these for maybe 20% to 10% of your emails when you really want the clicks to the email. Okay, when you really want the clicks to email. So going negative, like, your case study, how the water you drink is causing brain damage. So you could use this for like a water filter or something like that. So overwhelming negative email subjects get really high open rates. Okay, just understand that. Now there's the personal. Sometimes I'll send an email that just says personal email. That's it. I'll just have that as the subject line, or not personal, personal. Okay. You can use subject lines like, "Hey, did you see this?" Or I'll send stuff like, what the F? Come on, man. Or do you think you are above this? Or like stuff, just really challenging stuff that like is personal, like, oh, you must be loaded. Or how could you blow this off, stupid? All right. Now these are these are like personal ones that kind of challenge a person, and they don't really have a subject or anything like that. It's just to get the open of the email, and then you hit them with the copy. For example, the most open email in Obama's campaign had the subject line, "Hey." Okay, like just personal emails like that, or like, "Hey, getting back to you." Really personal emails, these get pretty good open rates, and you don't want to use this all the time. Okay, and what really is good to use is when you send out one email, I'll usually start with a benefit-driven email to get the people that are most interested, and then I'll follow up with a personal email, and then I'll follow up with like a negative email. All right, or either I'll start with a negative email, but I'll usually use the personal email as my follow-up email in almost every situation. All right, so the best linking strategy of 2016, or he's the best SEO of our generation. You want to just over the top, like this is the best thing I've ever seen ever. And you don't want to use this every single email either. You want to use this about 10% of your emails, because what's going to happen is people go, "Oh, what is the best? Like the best keyword tool I've ever seen, the best product I've ever bought, the best pair of underwear you could ever buy, the best scuba mask, hands down." Stuff like this is going to get people open to emails. But if you use this over and over again, you're going to get much lower open rates, because people are like, "This guy says like this thing's the best thing ever every week." So don't do that. Okay, those get really high click-through rates. Finally, Viral Nova style clickbait stuff. And so if you ever go to Viral Nova, it's like that freaking spammy stuff you see all over Facebook that has the craziest things, like The Rock is about to go to jail because of these steroids, or stuff like that. So like I'll use stuff like unemployed woman makes over $1 million a year on Amazon, or he lost 20 pounds eating this one fruit banned by the FTC. Okay, create stories. Okay, the best way to do this is you want to go to a website called Viral Nova. Okay, and it's going to have it's this website right here, and this website literally is worth like I think like 100 million or something. And literally all they did is just have really good headlines and stupid stories. Okay, all right. So like you'll see this stuff like, here are the 17 most terrifying things people have come across on dark roads. Unlucky EMS workers discovers the human heart in a plastic bag. So gross. Like stuff like this. Why you never want to poke a large clump of anything. You want to find these headlines right here, and you want to find some way to turn them into your niche. Okay, all right. Like backlinks will be a thing of the past when you try this method. All right, and there's ways you can turn it. I'm going to turn these all into SEO. Like, all right, Let's just see. If you don't like backlinks, these websites will disgust you. Like stuff like that, okay? All right, and then or you could have like this SEO method has a long history of ruining websites. But the overall takeaway here is to really look at these clickbait headlines right here because they just work. They just work, and these are really great headlines to kind of bring people back to your list and various other things that are going on. So let's get back to the next part. All right, so what I want to talk about now is the bread and butter email. It's a 3-step email that I use in almost every email that consistently works. It's easy to write. You can write it really quickly, and it gets a click. It just gets those clicks. I usually see 25 to 40% click-through rates doing this. 40% is if people are super interested in the topic and so forth. So I'm going to hop over and kind of show you some of these emails. And the place these emails really shine is when you're creating long funnels and you have to write a bunch of emails. And so you can like create a funnel that gets really good click-through rates regardless. And if this is like a content funnel. So you can see there's 3 parts to this email right here. Okay, and there's usually another third part. I'm just doing a 2-part of this right here, but I'll show you exactly what to put in the third part. So the first thing you do when you open up the email, we've already gone over subject lines, is I want to introduce it, the main benefit and angle and why the person should click, okay? So I know the subject line is hypey, but it's true. Recently, I created a video that built a few links within a month and received 500,000 visitors. So you can see, like, that's why you should click. That's the angle. Then I did it again and again and again, and the result was 5 figures a month in passive income. The funny thing is, on average, this only took me 3 to 10 minutes, or 3 to 10 easy-to-build SEO links. Don't believe me? I'll show you the traffic rankings right here. So here's why you should click. Here's the angle. Here's the pitch of the email. Blah, blah, blah. Now, next step in the email is you want to send bullet points. You want to just go through the benefits because a lot of people will not read this crap and they'll just go down straight here to the benefits. So we want something for those people as well. It's hilarious how easy this is in this quick video. I always mention quick video. Don't ever say in this 30-minute video because no one wants to give up 30 minutes of their time, okay? Say in this quick video, linked to you above, you will see the exact backlinks I built, the live rankings, proof of traffic, and how I monetize all the traffic, okay? Now, what I do then finally is here's the benefits and stuff like that. And then what I do is then I follow up with a scarcity part, okay? By all means, if your last SEO experiment got you nearly 1 million visitors in 2 months, ignore this email. If not, stop what you're doing, stop being skeptical, and sit down on your butt and take all the proof. It's in the content, okay? So what I like to do in this kind of last part right here is I like to either tell people they're missing out or give them a challenge. Like, hey buddy, you know, if you're getting 500,000 visitors to a video, ignore this email, but you're probably not. So why don't you click above and stop being a skeptical dick? Or I'll put something like, look, people that are doing this right now are gonna have a huge edge in this industry for the next 2 months. If you don't click this, you're gonna be behind, period. So I do one of those 2 things, and it's 3 steps right here. Angle, benefits, challenge or scarcity. And we'll get into the PS here in a second. That's it. I'll do that same thing over and 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 over again. And if I'm writing a quick email, this is exactly what I do. And these 3 links, this 3-link pattern right here, just works. No images, no anything, and anything like that. Now, one thing I also want to get into in this video is plain Jane emails like this, centered in the middle, get way more clicks than like those pretty fancy emails, and these get much higher delivery rate too. And I'll probably talk about this later on in the course when it comes to email delivery and so forth. But this is huge. That's huge. Okay, so that's the pattern I follow in almost every single email. If you join my funnel, you go through one of my funnels, you're going to see that email pattern over and over again. And that's just what I stick to. Now, finally, the PS. Okay, you need to understand the PS is the second most read part of the email, and I use it to clear skepticism and get a read/click. So what a lot of people are going to do is they're going to go straight down to the bottom of the email. That's just what some people do. Now, what people are thinking when they read this email is this guy's probably full of BS, or this is something that's dumb, or blah, blah, blah. So what I use the PS for is to clear up skepticism or encourage the person to go back and read the email. I said, like always, this is no BS. We back up and explain all the rankings you'll see at SourceWeb because we believe in giving value first. Stop being a skeptical Sally and watch the training here. This is what I use to clear up skepticism, or I'll say like, hey, look, I realize you probably get emails like this all the time, but this offer is special. This is something that's real. This is something you only get this one time. I use it to clear up any of the last doubts and then send people back up to the email or get them to click. So just watch the training here. So in this one, I'm clearing up skepticism. And so I encourage you to always use a PS that follows this type of pattern right here because it's going to get you an extra 10% in clicks or 15% usually. So use that and use it well. Now, finally, the last thing I want to go through is scarcity emails. So look, scarcity emails Last thing I'm gonna talk about, they're really simple. I almost follow the same exact pattern before, but what I do is you just put a time constraint in something. Okay, you talk about how great something is, and then you put a time constraint on it. You just keep repeating that pattern over and over again. It's 50K per month, so much cool stuff, but I'm taking away this discount in 24 hours. This is just something I want to introduce to you because it's not really a specific type of email writing in my opinion, but you can see the headline right here, scarcity, reminders of scarcity. So I basically just show benefits, then hey, this has gone in 24 hours. Hey, this has gone at this point. Hey, this has gone at this point. And it's something that really gets a lot of click-through rates, especially on offers when people have passed on them before, or you want to just get people to click, okay? And actually get people to listen. Because usually if people don't have a time constraint on something, they're not going to listen as well as if it's going to be there forever, okay? So slapping a time constraint and 24 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour. 1 hour is very powerful, but you have to close it down in 1 hour, so it kind of limits the click-through rate time. So 24 hours to 4 hours is really a sweet spot. If you're going to notice, when you get farther in this, a lot of launches, like 80% of the sales are done in actually more like 50% of the sales are done in the last 24 hours. So scarcity is absolutely huge when it comes to marketing. You need to keep that in mind. So these are kind of all the patterns I follow in email. And one thing I want you to take away is how simple this is. I'm not trying to do like magic, super detailed copywriting. I'm just doing stuff that gets it done and gets it done well consistently, because you're going to be sending thousands of emails throughout your career. Not everyone can be a slam dunk, but you can with these patterns, you can make them consistently extremely good, high click-through rate emails. So huge topic right here. Again, hit us up in the webinars if you have any questions. And we're going to be hopping into the next section inside the Hero Academy. And you're going to be learning a whole new bunch of stuff about advertising from a lot of super smart advertisers. So hop over there. It's going to break down how you're going to be getting traffic into your funnels, into your streams, specifically paid traffic, which is where the bee's knees are, because then you can scale your business to 7 figures like that. I just snap my fingers if you can't tell. Now that's all there is to it. So we'll see you in the next section.